So I saw the movie like 2 nights ago, and I thought it was really funny. There are stereotypes in this, but I think it plays to more of a going past the stereotypes for this movie.
Yeah.
What about it was it that got you into your role and into wanting to be a part of this movie?
Well, it wasn't very hard for me to get into the role. I mean, I'm playing a best friend, so I'm a best friend to a lot of people. So that was easy to just sort of get in there and just have fun with these guys. But yeah, I mean, we were just talking about the stereotypes of the film and how, I think for me, a lot of humor comes from stereotypes, because part of it is a little true. But the humor is as you were saying, in the stereotypes, and we're making fun of it.
Making light of it, yeah.
That's how we have fun with it.
There's many silly parts to this movie. Which was one of your favorite to have shot?
My favorite was watching his when I was just telling him like when the love interest.
Oh, great! Yeah, my love interest in the film. Yeah.
Was great. So Rafael's amazing,
Yeah.
and their chemistry is so like you were rooting for them to get together.
I was. You're right.
Oh.
No, and that was fun too because I think that plays against stereotype for sure in the Latino community. 'Cause
Right.
I think that's sort of like
That's opening
one
doors.
of the
We're opening doors.
unexplored places that I don't think a lot of Latino movies go into.
No.
Yeah.
I'm from the East LA area, so this is kind of where this movie takes place. There's a lot of gentrification going on, and I think even though this is a comedy, it speaks to it. How do you guys see gentrification and how this movie talks about it and all the themes around it?
Mixed feelings, I guess.
Well, I mean, I can tell you, I was firsthand at the literally one of the I don't know, a victim of gentrification.
Yeah.
But like I was literally living in close to MacArthur Park, and there's huge gentrification going on. They just opened a Target there. Okay, so like that tells you what's going on in that neighborhood. And like, for real.
I thought you were gonna be like Whole Foods.
So
Just kidding.
my landlords tried to evict me illegally.
Wow.
Because they want to tear down the building and put up a nice apartment building, and I had to fight it. I had to go to court and fight them, and I won, and they had to pay me to move out. But I think a lot of people that would have been in my situation, maybe they don't have the education or the means, or just and it's not a lot. It's just going down to the courthouse and filing some paperwork, and you can get a lawyer for free, especially if you qualify for it. But I think a lot of people who maybe aren't citizens or maybe don't speak the language as well would just say, okay, I'll move, or you're evicting me. Okay, well, I guess I don't have any options. And so I can sympathize with people who are going through that because I went through it myself, and it's a tough thing because on one hand, my neighborhood's getting nicer.
Right.
But on the same hand, it's a double-edged sword. You're losing authentic people from the neighborhood as well. So I don't know what the answer is, but I know the answer is not kick everyone out and let's get some rich people in there.
Yeah, I feel like the process needs to be done better. Like I don't feel as though pretty much what you had to deal with is not. That's it, conducive.
This is very much a story of the underdog trying to come up against corporate America. How do you guys relate to that?
Oh gosh, I mean,
I'm all about small businesses.
Yeah, are you?
I am all. Oh, are you kidding? Yes, I'm all about small businesses.
How so?
Well, because I love the
I'm the interviewer now, by the way. How so?
Like, because my grandmother, she had a restaurant in Nicaragua. I mean, not Nicaragua, Puerto Rico. And my grandmother from Nicaragua, so I have two grandmothers that were both very much small business. And like they always, like my grandmother from Nicaragua would sell, she knew how to make money anywhere. She would be like, oh, mira, aquí, lo podemos hacer aquí. We'll start vendiendo like little wristbands or something. Like she was such an entrepreneur, but she didn't have the education, formulate a huge business, but she was always making money and doing her own little business, the same thing as my other grandmother in Puerto Rico. And I feel like we need to support those businesses, you know? And I feel that there's more authenticity and more just people put in much more love. Like even the food is better. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I was telling him, my mom cooks at home, and I'm like, like it's just when it comes from, you know, amor de la comida or anything that you do, instead of it just being like, you know, flipping a burger. Oh, this is mass production. I feel like it's 10 times better. Even clothes. Like when my mom made things, I'm like, you know, just so I'm all about.
I feel like everyone's Latina grandmother was an entrepreneur at some level.
Yeah.
Like I know my grandmother came from Cuba, and she was the first woman to own a clothing store in Key West.
That's awesome.
Like, so, you know, for a woman to have her own store at that time was unheard of. And of course, it was the man in her life who made her clothes. but you know, but she had it.
Are we gonna get into this?
No,
this whole.
you know, she was the one who was. I mean, yeah, that's a whole other.
That's
story.
a whole another.
But yeah, but you know, but yes, I think it does speak to the entrepreneurial spirit for sure.